there are two big movements. This ecology, organic thing, and meditation, both of which, when I started them as a young man, were very alien and considered, odd, cranky, bit screwy, which just in my lifetime have both of them become worldwide fashions now. It's extraordinary to see it. No wonder I have faith in the sort of natural cycles of things. Beauty carries a message, doesn't it? Care. TLC. Do you know what I mean? I remember that when that phrase was first formed, I knew the man who invented it. TLC, and now you all know what it is. He was a man called Fritz Schumacher, who, believe it or not, I'm not sure he was in charge of British Rail, but he was certainly a big railway man, and who then sort of switched horses and got on to join something called the Soil Association, which I was a member of. It was one of the early things in the organic movement. And he wrote a book called Small is Beautiful, which extolled the virtues of small-scale farming in contrast to the large-scale industrialized mechanical farming that was then taking over. And I think he coined that phrase, TLC. Keep coming back to the stillness, don't you? See, this is the real teacher, isn't it? As Jesus says about the Spirit, you see. The Spirit will teach you all things. And this is, at least in my understanding, the teacher, the real teacher, you see. This is what informs you, truly. Just like the air forms balloons from within. The air makes the balloon into something, doesn't it? Now this stillness is what informs us. It's the life force that is life, really. That's another word you can call it. Stillness, spirit, life. If there's anything in value in this tired old man that's coming out of me now, it's that, isn't it? It's that is informing, and that's really the functioning essence of this meeting, isn't it? The operative force. That, of course, is working throughout all creation. And what are we told to do with it? Trust. It's what Jesus teaches us. Trust in God, you see. Because it is entirely benevolent, isn't it? There's nothing unkind or threatening. There's nothing negative about it. It's total allowance, total love. Well, Chris, it's very natural that when we're young, we're active. Almost, you could say, super active. Because that's how it is, you know. You got the energies at full pitch. So first of all, accept that situation. And then, you see, I learned to meditate at the age of 26. I guess you're about that age, are you? Same age, are you? 24, are you? 26. Well, I was an action man, I can tell you. I thought I could change the world for the best with axe and plough and my strong muscles. Well, I learned to meditate, but of course I didn't. We were given quarter of an hour, night and morning. That was considered quite enough. And I recommend that, my dear. Don't try to do any more. Be perfectly happy with quarter of an hour. If you like 20 minutes, if you're really up for it, half an hour, but that's enough. Don't try to be old before it happens to you. Don't try to grow up too soon, Chris. Sorry, I'm full of Bible quotations today. Rejoice, O young man, in thy youth. Just a little bit, dear. But this mindfulness is a very good exercise at any age because it makes you more efficient, quite simply. You'll be better at your work if you're attentive to it. Common sense, isn't it? Any fool knows that. Hit the nail on the head. So that's a good exercise. But sitting with your eyes closed, keep it in moderation. And then when the time comes, when you're ready for more, you can do more. No, that's your function when you're full of energy, is to use it, put it to make the most of it. Make hay while the sun shines. Yes, I know we look at other people and often try to sort of emulate them, take things from them that we admire. I suppose sure I did too. You know what's a very good measure? To do what you love. If you love what you're doing, then you're more than likely on the right track. And most of us, when we're young, we love action, don't we? We like to do things. We like to travel and flirt and do all those nice things. And maybe the time comes when, if you've done those things, you know, when you've seen all the waterfalls in the world, well, another one or two more or less doesn't really add up to much, does it? So naturally we grow out of one thing into another. Of course, that's by far the best everything, really, in relation to this work. And by the way, I use this word work with a capital W to distinguish it from just working for money. This work of returning to truth, returning to God, returning to what's present here now. Yes, if we love it, just simply love it, then we'll do it, won't we, without effort, without thinking. Well, we have not only the opposition from the world around us, but within our own, selves. We are divided creatures. Because, why did we lose this oneness in the first place? Well, the story is that we were tempted by the tree of knowledge of good and evil. We sought knowledge. Curiosity killed the cat. Well, see, once the mind starts thinking, and so we end up separate. You can see among ourselves. here we are, we're all together. It's simple, isn't it? Simple as pie. And then if we weren't careful, we could ask you could ask me, well, just pretend, you ask me, what do I think of the government? There you are, there's a contentious issue. What do I think of the government? And if I was to take that carrot and pick it up, and we could, in no time at all, we could all be talking about our opinion of the government, and the whole group would have fragmented, wouldn't it? And we'd all be coming from different directions, getting offended with each other, more than likely. You see, this is just what happens, and this is the world. And it's quite an effort then to gather up the fragments, because we're all holding on to it then. But I think this, and you're wrong, and you're right. And of course, once we get a hold of it, we don't want to let it go, do we? We really don't want to let it go, because we really believe it, and this is right, isn't it? And he's wrong. It would take quite a while to come back to one again. So, dear, we have this inside ourselves. This is what's called the ego, the separate me, the I, me, mine. And of course, I don't like to sit down and meditate, because what happens when I sit down and meditate, I go out of the picture. I lose my existence, don't I? I'm no longer as important as I was. My poor, lonely me loses the center stage. And so we don't want to meditate. On a really good day when we're proper miserable, very difficult to do it. We sit there enjoying our suffering. The last thing we want to do is meditate. I speak from experience, my dears. Nobody's more is more poor miserable me than this one. I know all about it. I'm afraid to say, James, this will accompany you as it has me, unto our dying day. Unless you rightly call it, it is a trickster. The devil, which is what it is, this is the opposite of what I am, what we truly are, is this separate. You all seen the way I demonstrate this by looking at the light. My face is lit. I turn away and I'm in shadow. My face is in shadow, isn't it? So I project the works of darkness. That's how it happens. We're both at this moment, when we try to be still, when we try to be present, we are facing the light. Everything becomes light. Easy, doesn't it? Simple. You turn away from it, and it all gets complicated. Questions belong there. Here, there are no questions. And this is such a habit we're taught. We grow up this way. We believe in this world. And centered on I, me, and mine, which is the way we describe this separate existence. Which indeed is as is called, the Prince of Darkness. And the world is, again I quote from Jesus, is rule. He is the ruler of this world. Self-interest. That's what makes the world tick, doesn't it? What's in it for me? My health, prolonging my life. I must get my, health and safety sorted out, all for me. Yes, this is the world, based on separate existence. And in contrast, we have the one existence, one true existence. And it's a battle. It's the unseen battle that has been going on since the beginnings. It's all rather politically incorrect now to talk like this, but it's there lurking beneath the surface and everything. And we need to recognize it, that this is what governs the world. But see, the real work is to, how do we counteract it? The more we spoke earlier about violence, about contention. See, the more you contend with it, the bigger it gets, doesn't it? The more you give your attention to these separate elements, both within ourselves and in the world, the bigger they get. The more we criticize them, the more we get worked up about them, the bigger they get. They grow into monsters that consume us, literally. They gobble us up, and gobble up people who are less aware than we are. So people literally get consumed by them. But when you turn back to this one, or you meditate, what happens to them? They diminish, exactly. They diminish. So Jesus tells us, resist not evil. Because if we resist it, all we're doing is going to magnify it. Just let go. And then the steam goes out of it. More light, less dark. If you're full enough of light, when you're full of light, think of the sun, full of light. Does the sun see darkness? The answer's self-evident, isn't it? When you're full of goodness, do you see evil? Does it even exist? Think of the words, to the pure, all things are pure. You see, we come back to make whole, be whole, don't we? See, to work. You know, I've been young, dear. When I first heard this, of course, when you first hear to make whole, be whole, what does it mean? We may grasp it with our minds a bit, but what's it? It's not very real, is it? Certainly wasn't for me at that age. How can I not enter into the fray when you're young and strong? That's how you function. And it's only after many, many years that we come to realize how almighty God, compared to this puny little creature here, the power of the Almighty. It becomes ever more easy to surrender and trust in Him rather than in this arm of flesh. So these things are a gradual evolution throughout life. Of course, I speak not only of physical strength, but of You know, the emphasis we put on learning these days, of intellectual strength, of man having the brains, the intellect to sort the world out and all this. You know? We really believe in that, don't we? That we can cure diseases and live forever and make the world perfect again as it should be. Well, can we? Maybe. We'll see. Two things have no limit. The foolishness of man and the mercy of God. You know, it's such a blessing to be old, because my brain works less every day, every month. Phil will tell you I can't even remember anything these days. My mind's just going. I'm just talking about a foolish old man. It's so true. So, you know, it's the demonstration is just so obvious that one door closes, another opens. And there's no evidence that the other door is called John Butler. I think that one goes into the grave, and that's it. It was, honestly, I was so deeply moved at breakfast. I couldn't believe it. It was two of you said that you were praying with using the Jesus prayer that I'd spoken about, and were following the videos. To really talk about wonders. Two fine young men. Would you forgive me if it's like you being my sons? Somehow one can die out in peace, knowing that the work continues. That's what it's all about, isn't it? It's wonderful. I don't have any children of my own. Amazing. I've long lost any ability to meditate. I can't, dear, I don't know how to do it or anything these days. But what I find is that well, I use the word taken, because I don't really know how else to put it. Of course, I remember sometimes you repeat the name Jesus or something, but I don't really know what happens. I think you know, if we knew what happened here, we wouldn't be meditating properly. It's only when we pass into the realm of not knowing that we've really. Yes, I think I've just got bored with myself, dear. I'm no longer so interesting as I used to be. I know there's a Tai Chi group in Bakewell where I live, and I know some people who go there, find it helpful. I'm just too lazy now to start anything else. I've got the go in me. But I do like to get out, either on my bicycle or walk a bit, just to get into the green fields every day. I do think what I call Dr. Green is probably the best meditation of all, really. I like to look at cows and grass and trees and that. Endless comfort. But this inner meditation, it is hard to say what happens. Well, I think it's impossible, really. But there's a total. I won't even know. I can't say total knowing. There's no doubt. That puts it more precisely. There's no doubt that See, I couldn't sit and speak to you like this, could I, unless it was real for me, unless this silence was real. And that comes from many years of immersion in it. So really that outweighs anything else, and that gives me that enables me to talk as I do and convey that to you, convey the reality of it to you. Look, when you're when you're sunbathing, there you are, you're on a nice beach somewhere and you're just lying on your back and under the blue sky, what happens? You just melt into it, don't you? You just melt into the warmth and you just close your eyes and you just melt. This is meditation, perfect meditation. Well, you're just doing that inside yourself. And as alternatively at night, if you're lucky enough to have a starlit sky and you can just lean back and sleep, preferably under the stars, and just melt into them, don't you? That's meditation. And meditation is just a technique of doing that, sitting in your chair. If any of you are into stars, to come down to this world, you'll find one of my books is written about adventures in Africa, where I had some wonderful times under desert stars, which I try to describe. If any of you ever get the chance, your eyes are quite different now. Your eyes are all steadier. You're looking back at me now. It's beautiful, isn't it? Look, every one of you. Shining like the stars.